Hey, this is, I guess, vlog number 2. It's a few days after the first vlog I made, and I thought that one turned out really horrible, so let's try again. So here's my day. I woke up, I went to a bus, which is conveniently located outside of my apartment complex, and then I had classes, which were really boring. I think the highlight of my classes today were getting back a test that said I missed a few points, and I went to my second class, and I was really not feeling good. I was feeling really hungry. I told one of my group members in our class, I said, you know what, I'm really not feeling good, so if we meet up after class for this project and I'm hungry, let me go grab something. She says, why don't you go upstairs and grab a granola bar? I'm like, oh. So I went and grabbed a granola bar and ate and felt a lot better. That's my smart of the day, actually getting myself food. So, yeah, after classes I went and got taxes back on a book that I returned a few weeks ago. So, yay, $20 back in taxes. That tells you that I spent a whole hell of a lot of money on books. So after that, I just hung out and got food. What did I do? At some point I went back to my apartment. It might have been, I think I had work first. I work at a dining hall on my campus, and I don't know, it's a pretty chill place to work. I'm working the grill area, which is like, you know, what do you want on your sandwich? Here's your sandwich. Yeah. So it's not the most exciting job, but I've been working dining halls and campus food for like the past 3 years, all different places because I've never been anywhere conveniently located on campus. I've lived on the edges of campus, which also conveniently have dining halls. So I've just worked at those places, except now I'm off campus, which means I just had to choose a random place, but the place I'm at is probably the closest to a bus stop, so that was important to me. And then after I got back, I was like, well, I'm really tired, and so instead of snapping, I just went on the internet and talked to my friend for like an hour, checked my email, really boring stuff, and then I took the bus back again, and I was debating biking, but I didn't know if there was a bike rack where I was going, so I took the bus back to campus, went to a meeting, and the meeting was for National Novel Writing Month. We have a club here on our campus, and one of my friends is she's pretty much an exec member in our university club for it. So we were having a meeting. We had about 10-ish people at the beginning, and then by the end we had about 20. So we had a pretty big turnout, and we got lots of extra chairs in our study room that we found, which, I mean, the extra people in the 12-person study room probably could have been a fire hazard, but when is there a fire hazard, or when is there a fire in a library? Like, I assume they would have kept more track of if there was a fire. There's lots of books in the library. I don't know. But I'm ranting on now. And, well, I've been ranting the whole time, haven't I? Yeah. So I got back here. I actually was trying to catch the bus back after my meeting, and ended up waiting at a bus stop for a few minutes. And, you know, I was talking to the guy next to me, like, do you know when the bus comes? And he says, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. He's actually, there's a lot of international students on our campus, so apparently he's from Ghana, which is kind of cool because I don't know anyone from Africa, or anyone who has been to Africa. So, I mean, that was interesting. He was talking about how how American life is so much more fast-paced, and everyone's always on their phones. Mine's right here. And I just thought it was really interesting. I really enjoy learning about other people's cultures, so that was nice. And then we got on the bus after it came about half an hour later, and he went and sat on the bus with this other guy I met the other day from Iran, which is kind of funny because, like, you know, lots of international students living around where I am. So then I got back here, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. It's only about 8:30. Well, it is 8:30. So nobody else is around, which is why I'm allowing myself... I can't make videos around people or pretty much do anything. Like, if I was preparing for a speech, I think my first semester, freshman year, I was in a speech class, and we had to prepare speeches, and I couldn't talk in front of people. So preparing for those was really difficult for me, considering I had a roommate who didn't like me talking in the room, and I didn't like her talking in the room, so I don't even know what I did to prepare for those. But yeah, now's pretty much the only time I'd make a video. But going back to earlier, I'm doing National Novel Writing Month this year. At our meeting, we were talking about, has anyone thought of a story yet? Does anyone have any questions about the event or the whatever it is? And there's apparently a lot of first years who are interested this year. I mean, I actually did it my first year, but my freshman year of college, and the person I know in the club, we were in the same dorm, and she convinced me to come upstairs and write with the group. I was like, okay. And so then I found out about Nano, which is actually a really interesting thing. I've always had random ideas come up about, characters, and I would draw out characters and then, just talk about them, and I've never actually, written a good novel, though, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. My first completion of Nano was, I was writing about me and my three other friends who were wizards, and it was a horrible story. My plot didn't develop until the last week or two, and so it was an interesting experience, but I didn't get much good writing out of it. But I'm planning to do it again this year, and I'll keep either myself or my friends or the internet updated on what I actually decide to do and my progress, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I had to say right now. I don't have anything else going on tonight, which is just kind of nice, but also I don't know what to do, so yeah.